Hello. Since you seem to have some time on your hands, why don't we find a quiet place and I'll share one of my stories with you. We'll be discussing the importance of specificity in research titles and how to narrow down a topic into a well-defined research question. First, let's talk about why specificity is so important in a research title. A well-defined research title is critical to the success of any study because it sets the direction and focus of the research. It also helps to attract the right audience and communicate the purpose and results of the study in a clear and concise manner. So, how do we create a specific and well-defined research title? The process involves several steps, including examining the literature, brainstorming, applying ideas to a specific context, and defining the aim or desired outcome of the study. Let's go through each of these steps in more detail. The first step in creating a qualitative research title is to examine the existing literature on the topic. This involves reviewing academic journals, books, and other sources of information related to your area of interest. This step is important because it provides an overview of what has already been studied and what questions remain unanswered. For example, if you're interested in studying the impact of the gacha system in Genshin Impact, you might start by searching for articles or studies that have explored similar topics, such as the psychological effects of video games or the ethics of loot boxes. You could use search engines like Google Scholar and databases like JSTOR and ProQuest to find relevant sources. The second step is to brainstorm possible research questions based on the information you have gathered from the literature review. This is a creative and exploratory phase of the research process, where you can generate a list of possible questions and topics for your study. For example, some possible research questions related to the impact of the gacha system in Genshin Impact might include: what is the impact of the gacha system on player behavior and motivation? What are players' perceptions and experiences of the gacha system in Genshin Impact? How does the gacha system in Genshin Impact affect players' psychological well-being? Is the gacha system in Genshin Impact ethical, and why or why not? How does Genshin Impact contribute to player motivation and engagement? The third step is to apply the ideas generated in the brainstorming phase to a specific context. This involves taking the general research questions from the brainstorming phase and refining them to focus on a specific aspect of the topic. For example, you might refine the research question, what is the impact of the gacha system on player behavior and motivation, to the impact of the gacha system in Genshin, impact on player behavior and motivation. This refined research question is now more specific and focused and provides a clear direction for your study. The final step is to define the aim or desired outcome of the study. This involves stating the purpose of the study and what you hope to achieve through your research. For example, the aim of the study, the impact of the gacha system in Genshin. Impact on player behavior and motivation might be to examine the impact of the gacha system on player behavior and motivation in Genshin Impact and to identify any potential ethical implications of the system. You should know that all power comes at a price. For every bit of power you gain, so too do you gain more responsibility. Now that you have a better understanding of how to create a well-defined research title, let's look at some examples of research titles using Genshin Impact as a case study. The psychological effects of the gacha system in Genshin. Impact on player behavior and motivation. Players' perceptions and experiences of the gacha system in Genshin Impact, an exploratory study. The ethics of the gacha system in Genshin Impact, a qualitative analysis. The impact of the gacha system on player engagement and satisfaction in Genshin Impact. An examination of the motivational factors behind player engagement in Genshin Impact's gacha system. These are just a few examples of well-defined research titles that are specific, focused, and clearly communicate the purpose and direction of the study. In conclusion, specificity in research titles is a key component for success in any study. By following the steps of examining the literature, brainstorming, refining research questions, and defining the aim of the study, you can create a well-defined and specific research title that accurately reflects the focus and direction of your research. As you embark on your research journey, remember that all power comes with responsibility. You are not only gaining knowledge, but also a sense of purpose and direction. Use this newfound power to drive your research forward and never stop seeking the truth. Thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial on creating a strong and specific research title. We hope it has been helpful and insightful, and that you will continue to explore the world of research with confidence and clarity. So take your time and choose your path wisely. The road ahead may be long and winding, but the destination will be worth the journey. We can discuss matters that fall outside of our contract, too. After all, I have been on this land for a time and have come to know a thing or two. Of course, I do hope you can do some things for me as well. That would only be fair. For more tips and resources on qualitative research, be sure to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more tutorials.